All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's weekly Everyman crossword set by Everyman. Deductions processed. Well, it's 10 letters and deductions has 10 letters. So I presume we anagram it. But then what is the meaning? I just see the ellipses. So is it something like ellipses? Well, we'll see if we get some crossing letters that might help with the anagram, and then that might help us work backwards. Let's try the downs, see if they help. Author, often adjacent to rice. So I presume it's an author's name that is also something that would be seen on a dish beside rice. Lamb, lamb and rice and beans. No, nothing is coming to me. Rise, being angry audibly. So I think it's a word for rise, and it's going to be a homophone for angry or being angry. No, not getting that. Rebuilt hut, barefoot and panting. Let's see, we have 11 letters. Barefoot hut is 11, so I think it's going to be an anagram of that. Oh, I think we have out of breath, which would be panting. So that should help, I hope. Normally involving capers, olives if stoned, eggs primarily. Okay, I love these primarily ones. I think they may be the easiest ones of all, where we just take the first letters of all of these and we get our niçoise. So I presume these are the ingredients of a salad niçoise. Perhaps lead, or is it lead, with a small amount. No, not seeing that. I don't think we have enough for this one yet. Quiet, commercial for fish. Quiet can be P or PP. Commercial would be ad, but I'm not thinking of a fish ending AD. No, let's try facial hair leading to sorrows. 10 letters. I was going to say an anagram of facial hair, although I'm not sure try is a normal anagram indicator, but we have a T, so it can't be that. Oh, we might have Tassus could be facial hair, and then we have aches, heartaches. Oh, here, to hear a case, to try a case. So now our author, something H. That's an interesting place to have an H. I'm thinking of rolled dal. I have an idea that dal is something in Indian cuisine. And then the D would go with an anagram of deductions. But I'm not sure about that. Let's put it in. Let's see what this could be. Deductions, shuffle. Oh, I do like a dis beginning. I think between the O and the N, a U is quite likely. Discounted. Now, how does that go with the dot, dot, dot? It's not Morse code. I never thought of that, but I don't know. No. Three dots mean S. Discounted. Oh, is it just like an and lit, I suppose, that after you have processed deductions, the price is discounted? Yeah, that makes sense. All right, our rise being angry. Oh, soar is to rise in the air, and it sounds like S-O-R-E, soar. All right. Insect which, when knocked back, leaves aftertaste. So some name of an insect, then backwards, I think it's going to mean an aftertaste. Not getting it. Startled finance with memo describing director. That's a little novel. All right, I think it has to be the title of a novel. And having that F is very useful. I think it has to be of, and then mice and men comes to mind. Is it an anagram of finance memo? Looks like it. And then we need a D, which comes from director. Oh, yes, that should be helpful. Now, how about this perhaps? Maybe it just means perhaps, and then it's something for lead or led with a word for a small amount. But I'm not getting it. No. Wreaths unopened, rearranged for source of wood. Oh, I think it's going to be something tree. Yes, so it's the word reads without its opening W, and then we anagram it, and I think we get ash tree would be a source of wood. Flirtatious, like a pleasing crossword clue. That's a good clue, but I don't get it. Alert, debt changing hands 2 out of 3 times. 3/4. So I think it's going to be a phrase meaning alert, like look out, red alert. And then maybe it's a 7-letter word for debt that contains N, S, E, or W, the 4 hands in bridge, and we change 2 of them. Do we change them to the opposite letter, opposite direction, or just to another one? No, not sure I'm getting that. Recorded match on the radio leading to beef. Beef, of course, can be a fight or an argument, dispute, but it could just simply be, could it be red meat? I can see meat being a match on the radio, as in a homophone. MEAT sounds like a meat. Well, is that really a match, like a track meet? And then is recorded, I suppose, is a homophone for R-E-A-D. Red, I mean, is a R-E-D is a homophone for R-E-A-D. Red meat recorded match. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I'll leave it in for now. Get some scoff. There, Cordelia, with no one knowing. With no one knowing. Something like none the wiser. But gets scoff. Is that slang for food? And then why Cordelia, Lear's daughter? Is there another famous Cordelia? I think it must be something with no one knowing under the table. Off the books. Ah, it's actually a hidden clue, quite well hidden. It's only because I got the off and I saw, of course, that's in scoff. So it's off the record. That's why Cordelia is there. Buffoons regularly seen E.T.'s vehicles. Oh, I think this is pretty straightforward. E.T.'s vehicles would be UFOs, and those are regular, the even letters of buffoons. Let's have a look at some of these downs. Cold gâteau spread on a roll. That has to be an anagram of cold gâteau. How is it going to end? On a roll. Is it something you put on a bread roll, or is it just a word meaning successful? All right, let's try the helper. On a roll. Could end in UTE, UCE. Oh, catalogued. Something that has been put on an official record roll, I suppose, catalogued. I don't think I've ever seen it as a verb before, but there you go. Healthy eating, e.g. fried onion rings and donuts, did you say? Well, onion rings and donuts, of course, both have holes in them. They're toruses or tori. So with the H there, I'm thinking Whole Foods, which of course is a chain of quite expensive grocery stores in America. Yeah, I think that must be right. Now, alert. I think it must be all something, not the all clear. What's the opposite of the all clear? Debt. Is my theory right about a word for debt? I'm not seeing it. All, well, what else? Ale. No, it has to be all, no, I'm not getting it. Add powder, remove powder. That's a great clue. Luckily, we have the D and the S, so I think it's dust. You could dust something by adding dust, but you can also dust it removing dust. So I think that's what that one is all about. Absent-minded. Father of the bride might be this. Shocked. Ah. Yeah, is it just a word for, yeah, word for absent-minded, forgetful, and then father of the bride might be this shocked. Is it something to do with seeing the bill for the wedding? I don't know. Pop, perhaps, wanting a bit of waffle. Um, I'm thinking something talk. Waffle can mean talk or chat. Something talk, but then pop, perhaps, wanting a. Maybe you remove an A for something. No, I'm going to need more letters for that one. All right. Patriarch and Ma identified in some measure source of help. Yeah. Excuse me. I see the word handmaiden fits, who could be a source of help. We have and ma ID in in some measure, but we have hen around that, so maybe it's not handmaiden. It seems, oh, could it be something mated? As in, we have ma identified, IDED, but where's the patriarch coming from? What would that do for our quiet commercial? Oh, SH is one spelling of hush, and then our ad, I think a shad is a fish, and then our insect, and backwards is gnat, which backwards is tang. So it is looking like handmaiden is right. Handmaiden, I should say. And what else could it be? No, I'm not getting it. All right, fruit coming at last, it seems, for romantic evenings. Well, date nights could be romantic evenings, and date is a fruit. Coming at last, how is that nights? Oh, I'm having trouble understanding why some of these are correct. Which I don't remember having that with Everyman, but anyway, okay, flirtatious, like a pleasing crossword clue. I was thinking of winking. It must be some ing. Like a pleasing crossword clue. Satisfying, no. What is this one going to end in? Perhaps lead or led with a small amount. No, all right. Tattered, leathern, and characteristic of bygone era. So 11 letters, leathern is 8, and the 3 of and. I think that gives us what we need. LEA, leathern, and they're unusual letters. The H in particular maybe goes with the T. Oh, is Neanderthal, which I find hard to say. Is that characteristic of bygone? See, when I read that, I was thinking Victorian, Edwardian, not all the way back to the Stone Age. But I suppose it is. Now, flirtatious. I wonder if it's a bit of crossword ease, some word that regular solvers are familiar with. Oh, yeah, I know from the 15 Squared blog, they put a little tick beside ones they like, I think, but yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Let's try rose or rouse in a predecessor of tennis. Well, I think with the R and C, it is rouse, which would be rackets, and I think rackets was an early form of tennis. Our absent-minded father of the bride might be this shocked. This is something to do with electricity, power. No, but also we have to get absent-minded in there. There's a lot in this one. No. Collapse, having lost heart after second misgiving. So I wonder if it's a word for collapse with its inner letters missing. And it comes out, oh, maybe it comes after an S for second. And it's going to mean misgiving. Nope, not seeing it. Fictional captain seeing augury ascending. Well, Ahab, but Baha is not going to be it. Oh, Nemo is omen backwards. So that seems pretty simple. Does that E help? I don't think so. And now so it's not something talk, but that S something L is useful, I think. Wanting a bit of waffle. Or could it mean a pop? Like some noise, explosion, or a pop of color? Yeah, I'm not sure. Cast off, folksy, everyman, dash, editor. So I think it's going to mean cast off, and maybe a folksy way of saying me, and then with an ed for editor, which of course would be a past tense. Cast off. Or of course it could be a cast off as a noun, but I think it's a verb, cast off. What's a folksy way of Everyman, folksy everyman. Mead. Eyes. I'm. No. No, could this be a bit of waffle? Something food? Let me pause and think about that. Eventually, I was looking at the second word. In fact, I eventually thought, oh, it could be word. And then thinking a bit of waffle, I know there's this phrase about words that are put in speeches or writing, a weasel word. Not 100% sure of the meaning, but of course, pop could be the weasel. Pop goes the weasel. Wanting a bit. Weasel, yeah, I'm not sure exactly how it works. So let me pause and look up weasel word. Okay, so a weasel word is an equivocal word used to deprive a statement of its force or to evade a direct commitment, which does sound like waffling. A word used to avoid making an outright assertion, yeah. But I still don't get the word play. Pop, perhaps. Wanting a bit. Yeah, a bit. Unless that's something to... No, I think the bit of waffle has to be the definition. Well, maybe, but maybe I'm thinking computers, 8 bits make a byte, but then bytes can be arranged into words, but I'm not sure about that. All right, gives us a very unhelpful E at the end of 18 down. Collapse, having lost heart after second. Misgiving. Yeah, let me look up synonyms for misgiving. Yes, so one of the first synonyms I saw was a scruple. So it is the word crumple, meaning collapse. It loses the middle M, and then you put it after the S for second. Now, that P should help us here. Absent-minded father of the bride might be this shocked. So what's going to come between the E and the H? Oh, speechless. So the whole thing is just, well, I suppose it's a double definition that shocked is speechless, but also an absent-minded father of the bride might forget to bring his speech. Not sure about that. Maybe this is, I did say eyes. What else could, oh, it could be us. Yeah, I think that's more likely. I suppose in informal, you might refer to yourself as us. And then use, something that's used as cast off. All right, just a couple of ones left. We have our flirtatious crossword clue and perhaps lead our lad. Oh, no, hold on. I forgot about this one. Let's try this. Alert. Let me remove that L just in case. Debt changing hands. If my theory was right, maybe this one could have changed to another S. But that means I think 2 of the others also need to be ENSW. But I don't think it's this one. So it has to be here. Let me pause and think about those letters. Ah, well, I was completely wrong about the NEWS as bridge hands. Instead, it's your left hand and your right hand. And I think it's because debt is arrears, but we changed two of the R's to an L to get all ears. Now, I'm not sure about that definition part, alert being all ears. I mean, I'm maybe alert, I'm listening, I'm all ears. But that does seem a bit of a stretch. All right, I'm going to use the Wordplays website to find what words have all of these E's and see if that helps me. Oh, well, very obvious, I suppose, is that lead is an element. And then I suppose it also means a small amount, an element of surprise. All right, now flirtatious. I can only think of teasing for flirtatious, but how is it like a pleasing crossword clue? That I do not get. All right, because it's the weekly, I don't have the ability to check my work, but if you notice I got anything wrong, please let me know in the comments. If I see that next week and remember, I'll put in a comment. And oh, if you can explain any of the ones I didn't, please let me know about that. Thanks as always for watching. Excuse me again, and have a great day.